What is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. It is me, Dushan. Welcome to my daily updates YouTube channel where I expose myself to the public while I'm scaling my agency towards 100K per month by the end of the year, where that is the goal. Today was also pretty good. I'm not going to lie, something changed probably on Sunday when I saw there was little to no progress and the fact that my week was sort of ruined without me knowing what to do next. So I put proper amount of effort into outreach now, and then as for the content, it'll be done tomorrow because I'm really trying to get out of the fulfillment, or not trying. Trying would mean that I'm consistently hiring, but to be honest, I haven't really put any effort into that, which I know is one of the main objectives for this week. And yeah, as for the outreach, I did 4 pieces of outreach, which isn't that bad, even though the KPI is 5. I'm yet to follow up on the other 5 that I sent yesterday, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to follow up with them tomorrow, plus another 5 stacked on top of that. So, I just don't want to lose the momentum of the outreach now, especially since I want to create a system around it where in the future it would run without me or without me needing to put huge amount of effort into it while the other people could take care of the unnecessary stuff that makes that outreach, super personalized. But yeah, apart from the outreach, something that I forgot to say yesterday, it was that I was supposed to have a call because somebody booked in from my YouTube this weekend, and I was super happy about that until I saw that the person who booked was unqualified. I'm not gonna say who the person is, but yeah, they're just not making enough money for me to even consider to be taking on a call like that. I was gonna take the call at first, just to give them an audit, to be a good person, I guess. But then I sat there and I was thinking, what would a 100K per month version of me actually do? Even though it is a booking from YouTube that I haven't seen in a while because I haven't been posting any content and my YouTube videos have been unlisted for a pretty long period of time. I sent an email to the person saying, look, this call isn't going to happen, but I'm more than welcome to give you an audit. They haven't replied yet. But, it's just how it is. It's business. And within that time that we were supposed to have that call, I spent some more time on outreach, which would hopefully bring in some qualified leads through the funnel. So yeah, totally forgot to mention that. I don't know how that scooped over my head, but yeah, it's one of many book calls that we're gonna get from YouTube. I know I said it like this. I told you guys this multiple times, but I'm not gonna see proper bookings until I have 2 or 3 months of consistent posting, which is in progress. So I can't really rely on organic that much. So that is why I'm doing the outreach. And if outreach is super fruitful as well, I'm not going to quit it at all. That's still going to be one of my main engines, because what I've seen in the past when I was doing the outreach, people, see the case studies that I have on YouTube, and that ultimately is what decides whether or not they'll hop on a call with me. So yeah, I mean, YouTube helps in many ways. I may talk about this, how you should not only rely on YouTube. It is a super good marketing channel, but if you could use other sources such as IG, if you have a super intentional audience, and then flushing them towards YouTube, that's amazing way. And then if you're doing outbound as well, they could easily find you just by Googling, and your YouTube will pop up if SEO is properly done. Or if you have specific SEO type videos and people are, super interested in solving that particular problem that you solve in a video, your YouTube video will pop. Of course, if it's like one of the top ones listed when they search for a certain keyword. But more than that in another video, I guess. So what am I going to do today? Or not today, but what am I going to do now since it's 10 p.m.? Well, I'm actually going to wind down. My friend is coming over. We're going to watch Succession. It's been, we're like 4 episodes in. I've already watched the show, but I want to watch it with somebody who's, going to laugh with me at that show because it's like super fun. But yeah, we nailed down pretty much all of the tasks. There's a couple of like miscellaneous ones that I will have for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm just like looking at my Slack currently. There isn't much. Yeah, tomorrow is also on a fulfillment side. Had to take care of some more scripts as per usual. I really want to get to the point where like scripts don't become that big of a hassle. Like for me, before I started like, outsourcing before I hired any contractors, any like kind of roles within my company, editing and making thumbnails were kind of like the biggest issue until I hired the first editor, then the second one, third, fourth one, fifth one, whatever. And then, thumbnails, I outsourced the thumbnails pretty quickly because I'm solid at it, but like it's just not worth my time doing them. So I have a pretty good thumbnail designer that I'm not going to reveal to anybody. And he's been working with me for the past probably like 8 months now. So now scripts are kind of like the bottleneck, meaning, I'm spending a lot more time like writing scripts all the time. And, I want to get to the point where like I'm not doing the scripts, obviously. But also whenever we sign on a new client, the entire process is going to be like sort of different. Because what is happening now is like we're writing scripts consistently for clients to be like ahead of the schedule. Because, we know that these clients are going to stay. We build like super good relationships. So they don't just like quit, or they're going to let us know like before we, write certain amount of scripts, just so it makes sense. Or if we wrote more scripts than they would that would actually be within the contract that is already set with certain deliverables, then they would have to pay for that. But what I'm thinking is like the process is going to change a bit. So when we onboard a client, and onboarding is going to be like a bit more sophisticated than it is now, and a bit more automated to some extent. We'll find the ideas for the entire month, which we kind of do as well, or not that we kind of do, we do that. But the scripts need to be written faster than they are currently. Meaning, when we send the ideas to the clients, when they approve of the ideas or disapprove, because sometimes that happens, especially for the first month of working together, because like they may be in a different business model that we haven't dealt with before. I'm thinking we just like write every script for that month like quickly, just so we're done with that. And like once they record, we have everything in the pipeline. It will also ease the back and forth a bit, because I can have them record in just like one session, and I can also like consult with them on that. Not that I'm not doing that, but like the whole process is going to be a lot better and a lot more stable to the point where, you know, we send the scripts, they have one recording session where they like cram out like 4 YouTube videos, which is our usual package. Or if it's 8 videos, we set like 2 recording sessions, so they like slime those down. And then like it's really up to us to do the post production, and also like take care of the thumbnails, or like thumbnail concepts before before they even record the videos. So within the scripts, because yeah, what's been happening is like I know the fact that we have to like come up with, not come up with, but like we have to know the concepts before before the scripts and the ideas are even made, because within the ideation process, you have to think of the thumbnails, you have to think of the packaging, because if people don't click, they're not going to watch the video. So the packaging has to be super compelling. We do have the mock-ups, you know, we do like, I do think about that type of stuff before I even write the script, because, you know, as I said, if it's not compelling, it's not going to work. But what if we have like proper system where while I'm writing the script, the thumbnail briefs are being made and they're being sent to the designer, and we already have the thumbnails. The only missing component essentially are the videos. So then it's really up to the editor to edit those videos, and me to manage the editors and their workloads, and also manage expectations for clients. And so like the process is pretty similar now, but it has to change a bit. It needs to run more efficiently, because if we start, not if we, but when we start signing more and more clients, when we stack them onto our portfolio, the whole system could crumble, just because I'm moving back and forth with each client, and you know, it's just like not ideal. So I want to get to the point where like it's part of it is automated, and I need to create better, more efficient systems, and I'm cognizant of that fact, which is, you know, amazing. So yeah, I have that already noted down, and I'm kind of working on it. But I need to like properly sit down and just work on the entire process once again, and then like set up a flow chart for me to like gain a bit of clarity behind it, just so I can understand what parts to automate, what parts to delegate, and what to do from then on. And hypothetically, how many clients could we hold with that kind of system? And what are the actual hours being spent per person on each individual task, so we can see the time, and how does it reflect the retainer. Because what might happen is I can probably spot some things that are inefficient, and that are costing us more, which are shrinking our margins. And I know that for a fact, but I just didn't give it proper time to like sit down and analyze the entire workflow, I guess. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. For this daily update, I really have nothing else to say. Tomorrow's going to be super exciting. Can't wait. And by the way, like I woke up super late today because I fell asleep at around like 5 a.m., but that's not going to happen today. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself a bit now, kind of wind down, rest, and then wake up tomorrow and just crush the freaking day. So I'll speak with you guys tomorrow. Peace.